Okay, hi everyone, this is audap. Let's check out Stray Gods, the role-playing musical running on PlayStation 5. Again, I apologize. Yesterday I lost all my sound. I actually have been losing sound for the last 2 days. So it probably wasn't fair to look at this game with no sound, considering that this is essentially a musical stage play in video game form. But yeah, let's look at the options we have. There's not much on here. But you can turn time choices off, which is what we're doing here. Because normally there'd be a time limit to when you can make a choice in the game, but that's not really that fun when we're doing that. The game is actually kind of loud, so yeah, I've had to turn on the master volume a bit. I'll leave it at 80 though. I think that's good enough. All right, we'll hit up a new game. Act 1.
Four hours. 4 hours in a rented gym that still smells like socks and childhood trauma. And where did it get us? Other than bored? The band wasn't even looking for anything specific. We just wanted change. We wanted to see who was out there, if they'd show up. Well, they showed up all right.
Yeah, I think the artwork's really
I
stunning.
had a dream where this exact
It's a great use of color.
Except we were on stage. And naked.
We were auditioning.
Not all of us. Okay, it was just me. I was naked. I think this went better.
Yeah, it couldn't be worse.
In your dream, was the stage on fire? Because otherwise, I find that hard to believe.
Whoa, can we do that for our next gig?
We are not setting the stage on fire, Brian. Please stop asking. Okay, let's just wrap this up. Kaz, do you need a ride?
Just to Brian's. I'm crashing on his couch until I get a new place.
What? You said it'd be 2 days.
You know you like having me around. Whatever.
Have you heard yourself snore?
Hey, Grace, you okay? I know you've been kind of loose ends since you left college. I was just hoping tonight would cheer you up.
I'm okay.
I'm fine, Freddie. I'm really okay.
Yeah? You don't seem okay.
Well, I guess I just thought this would be easier, you know? How did I even get here?
I know. It's okay, Grace. I'm right here with you.
Music is your life, Freddie. You're the drummer, the lyricist. All of this was your idea. I wish I knew where I fit.
I think you fit. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You coming?
I'm gonna hang out a bit and lock up. I'll see you at home. Like a boat lost at sea with no sails, not a breeze. I am drifting cold waters, no star to be seen.
Laura Bailey flexing. She's so awesome.
Is the world too much, or is it just me? Everything I set upon unravels at my feet. Everything I've learned wasted on a girl who doesn't know how to be free.
I have to admit, when I saw that this was a musical game. I thought it would be rhythm action, but it's not. At least as far as I know.
Oh,
Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I heard you from outside. My name's Calliope. You have an amazing voice. I hope you know that.
thanks. I'm Grace. Are you here for the audition, or...?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Well, let's hear it.
Okay. Did you, bring an instrument, or some music?
I kinda bring my music wherever I go.
Alright, well...
With the fire furious, I have burned my tongue. Grief from all the promises, too many dreams unsung. All the steps I didn't take, and paths proved untrue. Is there any path through? Like a boat lost at sea, though I'm about to with no sails, not a you breeze. Still have your life ahead. I am drifting cold waters, no star to be seen. All things that lose their way can find it again. There is no inertia in the ocean.
Yeah, I have to say the performances of the voice actors is all really good, and they're incredible singers in their own right, even though they're just primarily voice actors. But I gotta say I am not really sure on the lyrics of these songs. I mean, they don't quite sound right, and the introductions, that's normal foreplay. Telling a story through song and then having another character kind of come in sort of on beat, but even that I feel is not quite right. But let's pick our character trait. Let's say we can do kick ass, in your face. This Grace is very punk rock and not afraid to get reckless and aggressive when it's called for. Of clever Grace, sometimes you need to think your way out of a problem, right? This Grace is sneakier, smarter, and witty. And we have charming Grace. This is Grace with soul and charisma. She tries to do the right thing, and everyone likes her more for it. So we'll go with charming Grace. Yeah, again, songs are non-interactive, which I think is an interesting choice for a game.
What was that?
Your song was just so wonderful. I had to finish it with you. I hope that's all right. I also know what it feels like to be lost. To feel as if you have no place to turn.
Yeah, look at this artwork. It's just incredible.
That's why I had to come inside.
Really well done. Let's see. You're in here to audition. Okay, so I can't pick that one because I didn't pick that kind of Grace. So, well, what's wrong?
Well, I know why I feel that way, but what's your story?
I'm reaping what I've sown, I think. This has been a very long time coming.
Ouch. sounds harsh.
May I ask you why you feel so adrift? You're so young. Surely your life is just beginning.
Let's see, we can be guarded, be honest, joke about it. We're doing charming grace, so we can either joke or be honest. Let's be honest.
It would sound stupid.
Try me.
Well, I left school because I didn't feel like I belonged there, but I still haven't found my place. What am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? Shouldn't I have figured this out by now?
Those are good questions to ask. I should go.
About the audition. I'm sure everyone will agree you're in, if you want to be, that is.
I hope to see you again, Grace. Perhaps soon.
Right. See you then.
Oh, is this one of those time loop stories? Kind of leading into that, huh? Yeah, I like this. I like this very colorful comic book-ish look. Although this looks better than most comic books, quite frankly. And it's a shame it's not full animation. It's this
Did you lose your keys, Fred?
kind of frame-free, fade-in animation.
Calliope?
Oh, okay.
I didn't know where else. I'm so sorry, Grace.
How do you know where I live? Yeah, I'll get some help. I guess we can worry about how she got here later.
You're hurt. I'll get help.
No. No, you have to wait. You can't go. I didn't want to do this to you. Not like this. I'm so sorry.
What do you mean? Hey,
Hold on a minute.
Calliope! Please. Please, come on. What is that?
Oh, I can wait. Take your time.
Is that my door?
Technically, it's my door. Or our door, maybe? I came as soon as I could.
Okay, we need help.
I think she's dead. We need help. You need to call someone.
Well, I'm someone. I got called. Happens every time one of us dies, you know? She really is dead, huh? Man. So, the course is gonna want to talk to you. Sucks, but, you know.
Okay, we can't pick that one. The chorus? What's happening?
I don't understand. None of this makes any sense. She's dead, and I don't...
Look, I can see you don't know squat about this, so I'm gonna explain real quick, but then you gotta come with me, okay? When Cal died, you saw a shiny thing come out of her, right? That was her soul. That's what made her a god.
A what?
It's in you now, which makes you a god. Surprise, right? With me so far? Cool. Let's go.
Yeah, it's some really great voice acting. I mean, the whole cast sounds very fun and natural.
Sorry to drop you and run, but when an idol dies, there's like 100 different things I gotta do.
No, wait. Where did you bring me? How did we get here?
The chorus can explain. Don't touch anything. Okay?
Wait! Come back! Okay. Yeah. I'll just wait here and, not touch anything.
Yeah, and with the voice direction, they decided not to do a play style voice acting, where there's a very exaggerated way of speaking, because that kind of makes sense in a play environment. Everybody still sounds pretty natural, like a little bit exaggerated, because that fits a comic book aesthetic, but not so much where it puts you off. Yeah, I probably wouldn't.
Our beloved sister, the last of the Muses, has passed on to you. Our new sister, delivered to us by dear sweet Hermes. It's, Grace, yes?
Yes?
Oh, my. You have had quite the day, haven't you?
What, Calliope's really dead?
So Calliope is really dead. Even if she's a
God?
Yeah, a god.
Yes, we call it passing on, but yes, sadly it happens even to us. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Athena, goddess of wisdom. This is Apollo, god of prophecy, dressed for the occasion, as always. The wondrous Aphrodite, goddess of love. And the one glaring at you is Persephone, once queen of the underworld. Together, we are the chorus. We rule over the idols, our name for the gods who remain. All of us, hidden in your modern world.
Wait, gods are real?
But gods aren't real. They can't be. They're just...
Stories, myths, legends.
If you're real, you'd be all-powerful. You wouldn't be hiding or...
Don't pay much attention to those old tales about us, Grace. They weren't very true to begin with, and, well, truth be told, we've diminished since those days. That doesn't mean we're helpless, of course. Far from it. Yet, at the end of the day, we too are just people, trying to get by.
And you live here?
Right, and you live here. Not in some city in Europe or a...
On top of a mountain? Oh, I know. Once we roamed marble halls, and now, fashionably appointed apartments. We have Wi-Fi. We move with the times, Grace. We have to, if we're going to remain hidden and survive. The mortals grow more and more clever with each passing century. Television! I do what I must.
You expect me to believe this?
You expect me to believe that gods, idols, have been living among us for what, thousands of years? You're thousands of years old.
Oh, no, I'm not trying to make you believe anything. Not at all. If you'd like to believe this office is right outside your front door, or that we are, I don't know, actors, religious fanatics, by all means. The only thing I do need you to grasp is that you are here. This is real, and like it or not, it is happening.
You said I'm a god now?
Wait, you said, and Hermes said, that I'm a god now too. And an idol.
That is true.
That thing that came out of her that went into me.
We call it an eidolon, the part of Calliope's soul which made her an idol, which now makes you one.
Athena, we are wasting time.
The reason you're here, Grace, the reason why we made you wait so long while we debated, is because we have rules. Those rules mean we can't admit into our ranks a usurper. Never mind a possible murderer. I know this will all come as a shock, and I'm so sorry to say it, but I'm afraid you have to die.
Oh, that's one I can. Okay, that's one I can use. Yeah.
You want me to die? But that isn't fair.
I know, but consider it from our point of view. A dear sister, someone who traveled with us through the ages, gone.
But I didn't do it. Aren't you supposed to be the goddess of wisdom? Can't you see this isn't right?
Calliope's blood is literally on your hands.
But it isn't.
Oh, she looks so helpless. Maybe we
should do as we agreed. Calliope's line would end, yes, but what other option do we have? Let a usurper remain an idol?
Justice has to be done, for Calliope's sake.
But
Well, how's this
isn't
justice?
Justice.
That's what I'm saying.
You cannot hide from this reality.
I'm not hiding, though a little lost here.
If you are lost, little girl, this bears explanation. Dear child, please listen. You have usurped a muse. No recourse to be arranged.
But it's unfair.
I know, but our laws cannot be changed.
But she came to me.
You must realize there are simple rules. If one of us dies, these rules have been the tools that shield
You must know I didn't
us.
do it. Is it weird this isn't song?
Now that the muse is gone, I'm afraid you'll have to see. The chorus is in accord. Justice won't be ignored.
I disagree.
Did I hear that correctly?
You've been quiet this entire time, Apollo. Why speak up now?
I grieve Calliope's loss just as much as the rest of you, but I can't let you do this.
He's right. What if Grace speaks the truth? What if Calliope chose her?
And what if Calliope was murdered by her? What if Grace stole her eidolon?
Then we need to find out. Don't you want justice?
Oh, Apollo, I thought we'd agreed this was justice. What would you have us do?
We need to find the truth.
There has to be some way to find the truth. Aren't you gods? Couldn't a god, I don't know...
We aren't seriously considering this.
Very well. This one time. I put a motion before the chorus. Do we allow Grace the right to prove her innocence?
Yes.
I think so. Yes.
Fine.
And there we have it.
So how do I prove my innocence?
Wait, I'm gonna get some help with this, right? Some direction?
You say Calliope chose you. I would like to believe that. I truly would. You have 1 week to find out what happened, Grace.
What happens after a week?
There will be a trial. If you cannot provide proof of your innocence by then, well, our original verdict stands.
Well, fine.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you want me to say? I can't possibly do this. This is unfair. You know all that already, right? So I'll do my best. That's all I've got.
We're not going to keep you, Grace. You have much to do. Before you go, however, a few rules. Do not reveal our existence to the mortal world. This includes mortal authorities that cannot help you. Do not harm another idol. Do not leave the city. Do as the chorus commands. Otherwise, do whatever you must to find the true killer. If they exist.
Oh, that's all?
Welcome, dear sister.
And do help yourself to a cookie.
Well, I'll need to wash my hands. I get the sneaky suspicion that's not a good cookie. There, we got a journal. It's Freddie. Freddie, I only call her Farista when I'm visiting her house. Her mom always makes these deep-fried honey snacks I love. Has been my best friend since probably forever. We used to make up rhymes while we skipped rope. It's been that long. We've come a long way from those days. Edge of Elysium is her band, and inviting me in was her idea. I was keen on joining, since I haven't seen Freddie much since I left school, but it's been kind of rough going. I can sing, sure, but when we get a gig, it feels good being up there on stage. But is this really my thing? I don't know. Calliope. I know Calliope was one of the Muses. Is that the same thing as being a god? But that's really about it. I don't know where she lived, what she got up to, or who her enemies were. I have so many questions. For one, what was she doing when she found me at the gymnasium? Was she passing by, or did she plan that? How did she know where I lived? I keep thinking about what Calliope said to me before she died. She seemed so sad. Did she know this was going to happen? Most of all, why did she pick me? Well, Hermes. Hermes is the idol who came to collect me at my apartment when Calliope died. I didn't know their name at the time, of course. Athena only mentioned who they were afterwards. I guess they're the god of doorways, maybe? I wonder if they can go anywhere with that power. Into bank vaults, on top of a mountain, across the world. Pretty wild to think about. Could Hermes have been involved in Calliope's death? They seem surprised, if not really broken up about it. Not that Hermes strikes me as someone who does much deep thinking. They seem more like a kid, although I guess looks can be deceiving. Why did they have to come when Calliope died? And they did it right away, too. Kind of suspicious, if you ask me. Aphrodite is the goddess of love, and I can believe it. She has that sparkle when you look at her, like she's one of those old-timey movie stars, all glamour and presence. I bet if she walks into a room, everyone stops what they're doing to stare at her. Why she's part of the chorus, I have no idea. She seemed kind of quiet and sad, like she's busy writing some teary ballad in her head, and not really listening to what's going on around her. If Aphrodite is behind Calliope's death, then she hides it super well. Maybe you just naturally learn how to be a great actress after 1,000 years or so. How would I know? Apollo. I don't know much about this Apollo. He's the only guy in the chorus, but he didn't say much of anything until he kind of defended me, I guess. At least he disagreed with the you need to die verdict. I guess I owe him one. If I actually owed anyone for giving me an extra week before they killed me, I'm not sure about that. Athena introduced Apollo as the god of prophecy, but I'm not sure exactly what that means. Don't prophets wear long robes and speak in big, booming voices? This one looks less like a god and more like a surfer who crashed on the beach after a party and still hasn't found all his clothes. Could he have killed Calliope? I can't take anything for granted when it comes to these people. I think it's supposed to be the goddess of wisdom, but how does that work? Is it a power of hers? Does she just know things? She's supposed to be really powerful, but how exactly? Mostly, she just seems kind of like my mom, or anyone's mom. Maybe that's what she is to the idols, the mom who looks after them and keeps them going. She was all smiles and was even super sweet when she told me I had to die, like it would be no big deal. That makes her a scary mom, like the kind that demands to speak to the manager when things don't go her way, because things always go her way. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she's the cool mom, or maybe she'll keep smiling when she smothers me with a pillow because she's thousands of years old and I'm basically nothing in comparison. And maybe she killed Calliope, and that makes me an annoyance because that means her murder didn't quite take. But then why give me a chance to prove myself? If she really wanted me dead, couldn't she have just said, nope, no vote, let's nip this in the bud? Athena really seems like the type who'd do that, right? What did Athena say about Persephone? She's the queen of the underworld? I had to look it up, but it's basically the idol version of hell. Does that mean it's a real place? Like when you die, you go to the underworld? Or maybe that only happens to idols. Mind you, Athena didn't exactly say Persephone was the queen of the underworld, did she? She said once the queen of the underworld, so she isn't any longer. And she's also the only idol that Athena didn't say was the god of something or other. I'm willing to bet there's a whole story about that. Whatever it is, it's pretty clear this Persephone hates me, and not just because she thinks I'm a murderer. Because don't they all think that? It feels personal. Those sharp eyes of hers wanted to gut me and hang me on a clothesline, so I better watch my back. Okay, Grace's apartment. Or I have to hit the button, okay. I guess it doesn't assume that I want to actually go to someplace I've clicked on.
Grace?
Everything's all cleaned up.
Grace!
Hi.
Hi! 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 You're kidding, right? When I came home, the door was wide open. You weren't answering your phone. Kaz and Brian are still out looking for... Grace... We thought something happened to you. Wait, did something happen to you?
I guess I better make up a story. I'm not supposed to talk about the gods.
Yeah. Kidnapped by aliens.
Well, if you don't want to tell me, you don't have to.
Big, scary aliens.
You were gone all night. Why didn't you answer your phone? I was calling and calling. This wasn't some hookup, was it? Because, you know, you can say it's none of your business, Freddy.
Okay. Well, it wasn't a hookup.
It was definitely not a hookup. I'm allowed to say that much, I think.
Allowed to say? Like you're a secret spy? Have you been a secret spy this whole time? Because if you have, that's pretty cool.
Hi there.
Who is this, Grace? Why does he have horns?
That's a good question.
Honestly, your guess is as good as mine.
To answer your question, my dear, you see the horns because I allow you to see the horns. It's crazy, right? As for who I am, I've been known most often as Pan. So you call me that, if you must call me anything.
Pan, of the Greek gods, Pan, right? But he's some kind of cosplayer?
The days of idols being called gods are well behind us, I'm afraid, but I assure you, I am the real article. I've come to offer our newest idol a helping hand. Or perhaps two. You do look lost, don't you?
Were you sent here? How can you help? Can we talk in front of Freddy? Yeah, we're not supposed to talk in front of the mortals.
So we can just talk about this. In front of Freddy.
Haven't you? Darling. And here I drop my glamour and everything.
It's just, I was told we're not supposed to. Talk about it, that is.
Talk about what? Grace, tell me.
The prohibition is against revealing the idols to the mortal world. She's not the mortal world, is she? She can be trusted, can't she?
Why do I have the feeling that I'm gonna regret not leaving with Brian and Kaz?
Oh, I can guarantee it.
Okay, Freddy. Have a seat. Let's talk.
Oh, that's a long conversation. I mean, the events didn't even...
That's it?
The events that took place didn't even take that long.
I guess. Do
you believe in this, Grace?
Well, I do have proof.
Sure, but I had proof. I traveled through a magical door.
Which sounds extra cool.
I was a little distracted.
Well, I have a million questions, but I can ask them later. The important thing is that I am here to support my best friend.
Oh, sure, you're the absolute best.
What did I ever do to deserve a friend like you?
You sat next to me at lunch period, dummy.
Oh yeah, right.
My friendship comes with all sorts of benefits, up to and including the tracking down of supernatural killers.
Such darling camaraderie. It brings a tear to my eye. It truly does.
Speaking of killers...
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You wound me, dear lady. I've come to offer advice to our newest idol, a foundling who was set adrift most cruelly.
Could you do it quieter, please? What's in it for you?
So you're here purely for my sake then? Like a charity case?
My dear sweet girl, as far as you're concerned, I am the god of charity cases.
But you're not, are you? Pan was the god of lust and mischief. Doesn't sound too charitable to me.
Ah, yes. The old tales of the gods. Such antics, such fantasy. Pay them no mind.
What do you know about me?
Seems rather convenient, you showing up with advice. How did you even know I existed?
A little bird told me, if you must know. Very useful, those little birds.
He's not gonna tell you, Grace.
There's not much to tell. Among the idols, news travels swiftly. We are a tiny village of godly busybodies. I heard of your arrival, and I know how obtuse the chorus can be. So here I am. You're welcome.
What's in it for you?
I still don't trust you. Nobody does anything for free.
Now. Who said I was doing anything for free?
Here we go.
I have not, however, asked for anything. As of yet.
How do I know you're not the killer?
You know, you could be the killer, for all I know.
Come to mislead you, perhaps. How fiendishly clever of me. Well called, darling.
And maybe even true.
Poor, poor Pan! To be eternally maligned and mistrusted. Alas, and alas, and alas.
Okay, that is very much like a
doubt
play.
there's a line of idols waiting to offer you advice, Grace. But whether you accept mine or not is for you to decide.
I guess each character, each voice actor is going to try to approach this differently. But that is very dramatic and play-like, you know, played for an audience inside of an auditorium, which can't necessarily hear you. You know, less like a film drama, you know, where we assume that you're just in the room with people. Anyway.
Okay, I'll bite. What's your advice? I have to admit, I don't really know where to start.
Well, I'm not normally one to run amok telling others how to live their lives. But have you considered using your powers?
My powers?
Music, art, passion. You are the last muse, and all these are now your province.
The chorus started singing, "My province." Sounds pretty cool. My province.
What do you mean, my province?
Each of us has, how shall I say, our talents. Yours is music, as befits a muse.
You're like the original rock star, Grace.
Okay, but how does that help me find Calliope's murderer?
Allow me to expedite the process of understanding. Now then, close your eyes. You hear that? It's coming from you. When you sing, what emotion does it summon?
I don't know.
You open your eyes, you look into the crowd, and you feel.
Powerful.
Oh, I wasn't expecting powerful to come out.
Grace, you know that you're lost now. You've been given powers you don't understand.
It's okay, Freddy. This is all me? What do I do?
Start singing.
Now?
Why not? Time's a waste.
Roll with it.
How the hell did you find me? This is the weirdest night I've ever had. And you say I have powers? How could this possibly turn out bad?
Am I doing it now?
Brilliant.
I don't follow. Are those really actual horns? And this singing is so hard to swallow. Can you hear me, Grace? What's going on?
Listen to Pan for a bit.
Morning fades and the day wastes away. Grace, you can't wait. Grace, don't delay. I know where you belong. Grace, the song. Grace, I can show you the way. Time to play.
No, he's definitely not very trustworthy.
Have a bad feeling that grin is a giveaway. That much is clear. What is this creep concealing?
Let's see what he has to say.
How does he know you and why is he here? Freddy, this map is uncharted. Let's hear him out. I know how you feel. Me, I'm just getting started. I wish you could feel this. It's kind of unreal. Grace, have you gone delirious? Stranger danger could not be more serious. You've been hurt before.
She got a point.
by mysterious men. I won't let you get hurt again. Morning's gone and the day fades away. Freddy, it's okay. I need you to stay.
Go get a room.
It's not like that.
You think you don't need me just 'cause you can't read me. Believe me, this won't go away.
Time to play.
Well, that's easy for you to say.
It's okay, Freddy. I think I know what he means.
Well, we're all singing together.
It's my choice.
It's all yours.
Oh,
I never knew I had that in me.
Who's making this happen? This isn't a game.
You don't understand.
This is all got
I'll stick with my friend, I guess.
Nothing for Grace will ever be the same. Morning fades and the day wastes away.
Morning fades and the day wastes away. I'm okay, 'cause I wasted with you. Freddy's been by my side since the old days. And we'll age well together too.
Think I'm the danger? You have no idea. I wouldn't blame you for wanting to hide, but do we make merry or should you get ready? Finally grow up and take it outside.
So wait, are you saying you won't work with Freddy?
She couldn't be less qualified.
We're in a band, you do understand.
She could go solo. Let's let the idol decide.
I'll stick with Freddy. Can't quite trust Pan. He's not presenting a good case for
Sorry to break
himself.
it to you, Pan, but I'm not abandoning my best friend.
That's your choice. Humdrum mortality.
How about trusting in those who love her instead of those who want to use her?
Oh my, such drama. No matter how you employ it, Grace, this is the power of a muse. Drawing out that which lies within. I trust you can see how that might be useful in your investigation.
Oh, this is perfect. Oh, wait.
I'll make them sing a song of confession.
Exactly so.
But only if they did it, right? I draw out the truth, not make them lie or do something they wouldn't.
Oh, you will be a natural at this, I can tell. A muse does not command. She evokes. She elicits. She inspires. is.
Look, Creepo, Grace already told you to take a hike.
So she did. Allow me to get to the point then. For all your powers, you still need a place to begin your search. And this I can provide. An address. In the city. Where Calliope was staying, I do believe.
No, you should have led with that.
You have Calliope's address? You should have started with that.
And miss all the dancing? Nonsense. Now this I consider a favor. One I hope you'll remember in future dealings.
That's perfect. We can look for clues there. What this Calliope was doing, who her enemies were.
I should remind you there is an element of danger. A killer is on the loose, no?
Well, then I'll need her help.
Then I'll definitely need backup.
You'll be fine. After all, what's a mortal to do that you cannot?
I can speak Hindi. Okay, fine, I get it. I need to find Kaz and Brian. Just tell them you're okay. If, not the other stuff.
Then I guess I'll go check this place out on my own.
So glad that's settled. I'll let you get to it. I've drinking to resume. Ta-ta.
Okay, a journal. So we got Pan now. I'm back the morning after going through the ringer, having just discovered I'm some kind of ancient muse. And guess who shows up in my apartment uninvited, poking around the kitchen like he's considering an investment. This idol's name is Pan, and I don't know what his deal is. He's a bit too smooth, seems to know a bit too much that he isn't saying, and just happened to know where to point me, which he offered for a price, of course. This one's shady, folks. I can just guess what kind of favor he's going to want. Okay, and with that, why don't we stop it there. This is audap. You've been watching Stray Gods, the role-playing musical running on PlayStation 5. Again, this is available on pretty much all platforms. It's available on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox, series of systems, and the Switch as well. So, yeah, if you want to play it, you have means, and it is available through digital means. I don't believe there's a physical copy of this. Might be something through limited run games, but I think that might be the only place you could get it if you want a cartridge or a disc. Overall, I am pretty impressed with the vibe of the game. I mean, things look really good. Like I said, it's too bad it's the fade-in animation. It's not full animation, but you can't necessarily expect an independent studio to have 30 frames animation in their games, and for something which is potentially a pretty long game. I'm not exactly sure how long it is, but it seems like it could go on for a while. Voice acting's top notch. The singing is really good. I don't know about the actual lyrics to the songs. Again, it is presented as a stage play style, so you're going to get interjections, which sometimes may or may not be part or feel like it's part of the music. And that's a very, very tricky thing to do, to make it all really sound good as a song, and also sound good as a device to tell your plot, and to provide some flavor commentary. I don't necessarily feel that they've achieved that. I mean, the songs sound kind of awkward. But, I think for a lot of people who are not maybe used to seeing a play, this might be okay for them. I think, probably a majority of people will find that okay, and they won't really mind the sort of odd language being used and the rhyming that's not quite rhyming, right? The rhyming and the cadence, play a very major part in a play and a song, just in general. And I don't feel they quite hit it there. But that just may be the musician speaking in me, and as they're singing, I'm kind of thinking of how I would rewrite all this stuff to have it have a better cadence. But again, maybe you're not bothered by that. But I would still suggest that folks pick this up. It's running for $30, which I think is pretty reasonable for the production that's being displayed here. So check it out for yourself. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.